I was in the emergency room until 4 a.m. this morning, and I thought to myself, am I thriving right now? I get asked a lot, how do I keep that mentality? How do I continue to thrive? And sometimes I'm told that people don't feel like they're thriving. And I totally get it. The word makes it seem like the definition has to be something like dancing in the rain and doing all these amazing things. But that's not my definition. I always consider myself a thriver, even last night when I was crying in the ER. First off, I'm totally fine. I was just dealing with some dehydration from food poisoning, getting some IV fluids and potassium put back in me. I went in as my positive self, regardless of this alien that was growing in my body. But 2 hours in the waiting room and feeling like I was gonna pass out just made me hit that wall. I cried, and I do not cry often. Everyone was lovely, and then there was this one nurse who was just so invalidating when I felt like I was gonna pass out and I could barely sit up. And then the IV machine, the noise was like a honking that wouldn't stop, and they said was normal. My eyelashes have just been continually falling out, and I miss them. I was fed up from the neck acne that I've been getting from my infusions, and I just overall felt like crap. So was I still thriving? Yes, and I'm gonna explain why. The nurse that had made me cry earlier, she came in to make me more comfortable later on. I apologized, saying that I know how her job is so hard, and it's hard coming in as a sick patient. And she apologized too, saying that she totally gets it. Even though my port was accessed, they wanted to do a regular IV also, which I know doesn't sound like that big of a deal relative to everything else, but an extra poke is a lot when you're going through so much hell. I put my foot down and I told them that normally I would absolutely tough it out, but I was just all toughed out for the night. I don't even know if that's a real phrase, but I'm gonna use it, and somehow it felt really empowering at the time. We made a compromise, and they brought in the ultrasound machine to find my vein very easily, and we got it with one poke. So much went wrong, and I still don't have all the answers, and I'm pretty sure there's still a little alien living in my stomach. But I stood my ground advocating for the treatment that I deserved. I stayed myself, and I showed appreciation for the nurses and staff. To begin with, I didn't even want to go into the ER. It was so much easier to stay in bed, but I knew that it was the safe choice, so I did it. Last night wasn't rappelling off a building. It wasn't planning a giant fundraiser for hundreds of people. It wasn't writing a book or presenting my keynote. Last night was living through the crappiest parts of my life and thriving through them regardless. Thriving can look different for all of us, and it can even look different within ourselves. My comfort, my health, my life, it already matters. It's my choice to decide that it does. I hope that you'll give yourself some grace too, because we all deserve to thrive based on our own definition. And sometimes those wins look very different.